So how do you actually sell $10,000 per month consistently of online courses? Well, the truth is most people can't because they've never been taught the skills, and most of what they know how to do or have been taught simply doesn't work. I'm going to show you what is working and what has worked. For the last 21 years, I've dedicated my entire life and career to helping the top mentors, trainers, and coaches scale their businesses. We built multiple businesses in the online coaching and digital course space, as well as selling CD, DVD products, seminars, and retreats. Businesses that have made over $10 and even $20 million per year in this space. And I love helping people that are just starting out. If you're just starting out, how to know what the steps are to take. By the end of this video, you are going to have a blueprint that you can use to be able to build and successfully sell courses that are going to be able to pay you full-time online. Okay. Now, what are the first steps of actually doing this? Well, the first step is you got to figure out what you're actually going to make a course on. What's marketable? What are the topics? What niche, right? Everybody says you have to find a niche. I'll tell you this, we have to think of a niche not as a what, but as a who. And what you want is you want these to be your true people, okay? What is the difference between true people? Well, here's the difference. True people or followers, right? A follower is it's very simple. You go on a platform like Instagram or Facebook, somebody presses a little red button, follow or subscribe on YouTube, which, by the way, if you're watching this, click the subscribe button. But that's not really what's going to build a business. You need to figure out how to create connection with true people that want to go deep with you, that want to do life with you, that they want to be mentored by you. And they want you to show them what you know that they don't. Okay? Now, here's the cool part about this. Whatever you know today, you can learn new stuff. You can learn new skills. You're not stuck with just what you know how to do today. And I think that that's actually a beautiful thing. I would not recommend, however, just simply selling a course about something that you learned last week, right? Or stuff that you maybe watched 5 YouTube videos on and then you're like, okay, I'm going to teach that same thing, but I'm going to charge $1,000 for it. People can see through that, okay? And we live in a world today, especially with artificial intelligence, which is coming after the jobs of a lot of creators online right now, that people want more depth, more authenticity. They don't want things to be robotic or what they can already find online, okay? So what we have to do is we have to dive deeper into figuring out who these people are. And generally that's going to be maybe only 5 to 15% of your followers. So I may have 2,000 people that follow me on a YouTube channel, but who I'm really concerned about mostly, what's 15% of 2,000? That's 300 people. So who are the 300 people that subscribe to my channel, and you're probably one of them who's watching this, that really truly is going to do one of two things. You're going to actually follow what I teach. You're going to actually implement it. You're not just gathering information because it makes you feel good. And can I tell you this? You don't want people that are just information gatherers. You want action takers. People who are going to put you to the test, prove you, and see if what you say works, and then they're going to report back with the results to you. That's what we have. We have people that they apply exactly what I teach on this channel, and they come back to me and share, Jeremiah, I made $25,000 this month, like my client Dawn has done, or I made $15,000 this month, like Duke did, or like Judy did, over $37,000 just applying one strategy that she learned from one of our trainings. And so this I don't say that to brag or to say, hey, look, all these amazing people are doing this. What I want to say is that you want that. You want people that are actually going to take what you teach, what you're putting in your course, what's actually on your content, and they are going to apply it. One of the biggest issues, though, however, is that people are just trying to look and appear professional, okay? You might see me up here, and I can tell you, listen to this, compared to a lot of competitors that I might have in the space, I have a pretty bare bones basic setup. It's some of my favorite things, a lot of video game stuff, some of my favorite books, got a comic book t-shirt on and a whiteboard right here. But like Beyond that, like I don't have fancy cameras. It's a $30 camera that I got off of Amazon. It's attached to my laptop. It's a $100 microphone right here on my desk. I got a $30 light over here, okay? So I keep it really, really simple when it comes to the equipment. And I've always done that for years because what matters is focusing more on the connection that I can make with people. If I can connect with you and I can show you that something is possible and I can walk you through the process, that's way more important to me than looking like I got it all together. Like I got it all figured out. And I guarantee you that if you watch some of my content, you're going to see that that's the case. That, again, if you're watching my stuff and all you're doing is judging the sound quality and the video quality, maybe you are. I'm probably not a good fit to work with, and you're probably not my true people. I've actually figured this out, actually, by the way. I know that you're not. I say probably, but the truth is I know that you're not because I don't work with people that are like that. I don't work with people that are so stringently perfectionistic that everything needs to be so perfect or it's unacceptable. Okay? And so if that's you, I would encourage you to maybe grow in that area, past and move beyond perfectionism. And this is one of the number one things that actually stops people from being successful when it comes to creating a course business is their perfectionism. They need it to be so perfect that they don't actually put anything out there. I was just watching a presentation from the CEO of Patreon, and he was talking about this, saying that now we live in a different type of creator economy where you don't always know what's going to hit with content, especially in the beginning. And so it's better to try out different things and see who your true people are. I actually got this concept right here of true people versus followers from watching his video that he did from South by Southwest here this year. It really resonated with me. I was like, that's it. That's exactly it. Who are my people? Who is my tribe? Who are the ones that I want to do life with, that I could go out to dinner with and say, this is literally like the most favorite people that I have in the world next to my wife and son. That's who I want to engage with. That's who I want more of watching my content. And that's who actually buys the courses, coaching, and mentorship that we offer. Okay? And so with that, you want to keep that in mind. It's not about you creating something that's going to be mass market. It's about finding maybe 50 to 100 people that need a problem solved that you know how to solve. Now, you might be listening to this right now saying, Jeremiah, I don't have anything I can solve problems for people with. I beg to differ, and I disagree with that. And this is a belief that I would encourage you to challenge and look at in one step. Take a look at your life 15 years ago. Just think about it. Maybe you haven't thought about it in a while. You were probably making some mistakes in life, right? But you had certain goals that you still have today. So I want you to correlate these things together, and this will help you identify who your true people are as well as your niche or topic. Is you have yourself 15 years ago, okay? And you have today, and the golden thread that goes between these two is which goals and dreams do you have that you have come closer to today that you were further away from 15 years ago? And what did you learn over the course of 15 years that got you closer to these dreams and goals today? By the way, you don't need to be at the finish line. You don't need to have $1 million portfolio. But maybe you've been grinding the circuit trying to get a job on Broadway for 15 years. And actually you have had supporting roles, but maybe you weren't a lead in Hamilton, right? But you have some things that you didn't know 15 years ago that now you know today, that you could pass on to people that are where you were 15 years ago. And these become your true fans, because what's connected with this, your true followers, not just fans, but your true people, the ones who are committed, the ones who are actually going to make an investment, the ones who are actually going to take action with what it is that you teach. You want to find action takers, risk takers, people that are willing to do the work. They're not complainers, they're not whiners, and they're teachable. And if I can tell you this, if you are somebody who comes into my space and you work with me and you're a whiner and you're a complainer and all you got is a reason why what I teach doesn't work for you and you think that I'm a bunch of load of crap or whatever that is, by the way, I have people who show up in my space and say that to me. And I show them the door and I say, listen, I mean this with all due respect, but please let yourself out. We don't need that energy around here. Okay? They get offended, of course. But it's not, I legitimately cannot convince somebody who is convicted against everything that I'm doing that they should listen to me. I don't need to defend myself. I need to, as quickly as possible, remove them from my space. Okay? And this is something that I believe that if you're looking for validation, if you're looking for approval from other people, you got to get rid of that behavior. That often comes in, whether it be from childhood or all this type of stuff. This isn't a therapy session here. But what I want to say is that if your main mission is being seen and heard by other people, you're going to have a really, really hard time building a business in this space that actually makes you any money. You have to rise above that and step into a place of authority. Okay? And don't let what anybody says about you or where you at or where you've been or your friends or your family convince you that you're not good enough today to be able to do this. I know I'm touching on some stuff right now. I know I'm stepping on some toes right now. But can I tell you, I guarantee you that if you take a look at what are goals and dreams that you have come closer to today, again, your finish line might be 50 years down the road. But maybe you're 15 years along and you can find somebody who's at year 1 to 5 who wants to accelerate themselves and save themselves 15 years worth of headaches by shortening the timeline with them. So what that is you take a look at, that becomes your niche. Who are those people? And then you want to identify, where are they struggling? What is not working for them to reach those goals? You want to find people who also have the same goals and dreams that you do. And this challenges us because especially if we come at it from an angle of, I got to be the one person who reaches that goal or dream, and I can't help raise up other people behind me as far as this goes. I'm sorry to tell you, but you're not going to be successful in this space if you can't help raise up other people to even surpass you and go beyond where you are. This is why I encourage people. My mission is I want to help 1,000 people become multi-millionaire coaches, mentors, course creators, trainers. And that's exactly what we've dedicated ourselves to. That's exactly what I have dedicated my life and my family and my business to for the last 21 years. And I do so through my Client Growth Accelerator program. This is my coaching program right here. There's a waiting list for it. This isn't an ad for my coaching program by any means. I don't want that to seem like that's what this is. But I want you to realize that if you want to create a business that's going to pay you full time, it has to come from a real place. And you have to connect with people that are willing to do the work because they have a big enough vision. The goal and the dream that you have been able to accomplish. And here's the great part about it, is that once you get 50 to 100 people in your space that have similar goals and dreams, it creates what is called the mastermind effect. What is the mastermind effect? If you've ever read the book Think and Grow Rich, it talks about this. Gathering a group of people that have common goals, interests, and desires together, that if you can bring them together, they can accomplish incredible things beyond what they imagined together. And so this is again why you have to learn how to celebrate other people's success. Be somebody who raises other people up to go and surpass you far above and beyond where you are. And that's my mission, is if you hear my success, I want you to go far and above and beyond the success that I have had with my clients or that I have had in my own businesses. And it starts with this. It starts with identifying who you can help and where they are at. And then taking a look at 2 very important things. Where are they struggling? And what is their desire, dream, and even if we go to a deeper level, what do they sit up at night and fantasize about? What do they think about and even obsess over that they want to happen for them? And then where is there a crossover with this? This is the people that are where you might have been 15, 10 years ago. Where are they struggling? What do they desire? What do they dream of? And then where is there a crossover with how you have accomplished this or have helped other people accomplish this who have also had a similar struggle? Then what you do is you package that into a course or a training program. So you figure out what is that struggle and what is the step-by-step process to be able to bring this together. And now this is where it gets really, really, really fun, is you can use some very simple artificial intelligence tools like ChatGPT to be able to type some of this in. Let's say that you're somebody who I want to help people gain traction on Broadway to become an actor or actress. Generate me an outline for an 8-module course for this that I can sell for $1,997. And I'll tell you this, $2,000 is a steal compared to the lessons that maybe you've learned if that's what they're struggling with as far as this goes. The history of Broadway, how to audition, building a strong foundation. And so what this does is this stimulates your mind. This gives you ideas for what you could create something around that you could sell, okay? As far as this goes. Generate a list of struggles, deep desires, pain points, and the real deep emotional reasons someone would buy this course, okay? Again, they might be dealing with constant rejection, lack of opportunities, inconsistent income. And you can go into AI and type all of this in, and it'll give you ideas for why somebody would buy this type of stuff. Okay? Generate me a simple advertisement letter to promote a course about the above and that solves these issues and helps people reach their dreams. Okay, I misspelled a lot of that, but it works just fine. Transform your Broadway dream into a reality. Are you tired of constant rejection? Do you dream of seeing your name in lights but feel overwhelmed? Overcome rejection, build confidence. So again, this gives you an idea of something that you could sell as a course from one situation that maybe you've been experiencing. Maybe you still are struggling with ideas as far as what you've been experiencing. Watch this. Generate me 100 ideas for a course I could sell, niches, topics for people that are related to my skills. And you can make a list of skills as far as this goes, right? Or you could just say this right here, okay? And sell for $1,997. So what you can see right here is it can actually generate for you ideas for courses or programs that you could create as far as this goes. So this starts generating you ideas for this. Now here's a kind of a cool thing that you can say. Can you ask me some questions about my career, skills, and the last 15 years of my life to identify where I could make a course that truly impacts and transforms people's lives, okay? So by asking ChatGPT to ask you questions about maybe your career or things like that, you can literally type in, what's your professional background? What positions or roles have you had? What achievements? What special skills or certifications? What kind of mentoring? Who has mentored you? Have you mentored others? What types of problems do you solve? What kind of proficiencies do you have? You know, have you made any significant career changes? leadership experience, networking. So you can literally start to answer some of these questions. And what it'll do, and don't overthink them, by the way, is it can start to put a profile together. Generate me a sample profile to all of these questions. Just brainstorm something for a random person or idea that then we can use as an example. Fill in the 30 questions above. Okay? So watch. It's going to fill in like a sample fictitious individual. His name is Alex Thompson. His background is working in the tech industry. He's led these lead roles. This is what he's done. Okay, here we go. So it's filling in like all of this. Let's just say that this is a sample person so that we don't have to actually fill it in. Now watch this. Now take Alex's answers and generate 100 niche or topic ideas that Alex could make as a course or mentoring program to sell for $1,997. Okay? Based on this, he could do any of these types of topics right here as courses. Okay? Now, what if he wanted to take 10 or 5 to 10 of the best ideas here and create a community of people who want to engage with him deeper? What are some ideas for what this community would be about based on all the above and his background? So again, these are prompts that you could put into the AI. You could literally pause this video, prompt the AI with very similar based on your life experiences and stuff like this, and it will start to come up with community ideas that you could build as far as this goes. Let's combine all of these into one final community and generate us 20 possible names for this community that can be marketed online. Watch, it's going to generate us 20 names for a community or a mentoring program or a coaching program based off of this. It could be sustainable tech innovators with Alex. It could be green tech pioneers, next gen tech leaders, the Tech Innovators Alliance, AI Leadership Collective. Make it more about mentoring, coaching, and the training that he's doing, and make 20 more titles. Okay, so we'll steer it more towards the coaching or mentoring, the AI mentorship network, tech coaching collective, as far as that goes. Okay, so all of this gives ideas that if let's say that was your answers, and you can go fill in answers in here. AI can help you brainstorm a path to take on how to create a course as well as a community. And listen, you could go have some fun playing around with AI, testing out some of those ideas, putting some of those things together. Now, here's the thing. You might be watching this saying, Jeremiah, I came here to learn how to do a course. What's this whole thing about community? Can I tell you something? Selling a course by itself is actually very, very difficult to be able to make the kind of money that you want to make, especially when it's just around one topic. But what becomes far easier to sell, it's way easier to sell, it's far easier to get people to buy into, is when you offer the following: a membership community that combines courses. And listen, you could literally start with like 3 to 4 to begin with. That's actually how I started my community that we have today, the Accelerator Group. When I started the Client Growth Accelerator, I only had 4 courses in here. And now to this day, we've loaded up, I believe there's close to 50 different courses that we've actually loaded up in here. And since there's so many now, we've organized it into the key 3 main steps that people go through that help navigate them on what to learn. So we have no topic untaught, unturned, no stone unturned, and our community just absolutely loves what we have to offer. But to start, you don't need 50 courses like that. In fact, that's usually overkill. You usually can start with 3 to 4, and really it can be this one flagship, which kind of becomes one that's like your main overarching training, and then you could have 2 to 3 supporting mini classes. So they could be mini courses with just like 2 or 3 short lessons that break down certain topics. And then you build something around this that you get paid monthly on, not just a one-time payment. Maybe you get paid $47 a month, $97 a month, $200 a month for that. Our accelerator program, at the time of this recording, we're doing it at $200 a month when people jump in. It's a steal for what people get. They also get access to community, okay? So you want community that gives people access to people that are just like them, that are working through things that they can work with and come alongside, as well as the support, accountability, and I'm running out of space here, but connection. Support, accountability, and connection. So you have some courses up here, that's your training, but then you also have community. And you can have weekly or even bi-weekly or even once a month support calls with a group of people. And then you provide support. You get to work with them through things. You might have a Facebook group or a Patreon or a Discord. People have been using this new platform called School that's out there that Alex Hormozy and Sam Ovens have been promoting. And so you put all of this together, and this becomes 1,000% easier to actually sell to people, because it just makes sense that being immersed inside of a community like this is going to work far better than just going through a pre-recorded course. How many of you know that just going through videos on YouTube can become very, you get a little bit of it, but like you really need connection. You want to talk with the people. You want to talk with the person who's actually helping you. One of the things that we offer in my accelerator program is we help you build your course. We help you create your sales copy. We help you come up with your marketing. We help you dial in and optimize how you're selling and how you're getting clients. And we work with you consistently. I'm inside of our Facebook group every single day working with people to do that. And so I tell you and I urge you to copy what I'm doing. Bring this model in for you. And by the way, this is exactly what I mentor people on, is how to build these types of coaching, mentoring communities, to where you provide some coaching, you provide support, you give some consulting, you have some training in your courses, you have connection with the other members, and you get paid monthly for this. And what happens with this creates results for people. Far more than anything else. This is far more profitable, and you get to work way less time and hours. I only have to work 10 hours a week to be able to manage and maintain my community. And so in this, you can build a sustainable business that can pay you $5,000, $10,000, $25,000. And we've built businesses all the way up to $20 million a year that are making over nearly $2 million a month in that, doing exactly this with just membership communities. Okay? And so again, I would urge you, if you're watching this right now, make sure that you don't struggle with this. Get on the waiting list for my Client Growth Accelerator program, that when we do open the doors with this, you can work with me and our community to help create and fast track you along this process. What people need is, once you have this built, this is not enough to make money. And I think that that's the part that people get wrong, is they think that once all of these pieces are put together, that they're going to make money. Don't check out here, because this is where most people that are watching a video like this, they're not ready to hear this part of what I'm talking about. You have to start marketing what you're doing, and you can't drag your feet or sit on your feet. The marketplace is accelerating as far as ideas are becoming capitalized on faster than anybody has ever predicted. And with artificial intelligence now, the value of communities like this is skyrocketing because people want actual connection. But the value of simply courses and information has gone way down. And then what's happening is because people are creating programs like this right now, is that you have to make sure that you get ahead of the curve and that your idea doesn't become basically replaced by somebody else who can execute faster. This was not the case 3 years ago. And maybe you're watching this and maybe you've been wanting to do something like this for more than 3 years. I have to urge you is that the longer that you wait, the harder it becomes. The longer that you wait to actually do something, to make a decision about this, the harder it becomes. And that becomes actually one of the number one things that we have to do, and that I also love helping people with, is you have to decide on a topic or niche that you're going to create something around. One of the biggest problems that people have is they have FOMO, fear of missing out. You're afraid that if you pick an idea, it's not going to work. And so you're actually letting your fear run and decide if you're going to show up and put something out there, instead of experimenting and adopting an experimentation mindset to create what we call an alpha release approach, where you create an alpha version of what you're doing, you put it out there, you connect with people, maybe you get 50 to 100 people in there, and then you refine it over time. But that alone is not going to make you any money. In fact, you could do all of that, and 99% of the time, the amount of money that you are going to make is zero. And this is why most people who come to me, they come to me at this stage where they're making nothing, but they've invested thousands of hours into trying to create this thing that they expected to sell. And by the way, it doesn't have to take thousands of hours. If you follow the process that I teach people, you can get this stuff done in as little as 30 days. It's amazing. And you don't have to stay broke either. You can monetize it while you're doing it. Many of our clients, within the first 30 to 60 days of launching something, generate $5,000 to $10,000 a month, and then go beyond that, $20,000, $35,000, $100,000 a month, $160,000 a month, like my client Joshua Giles did, within just 6 months of working with us. But it starts by learning one thing. How do you actually sell a program like this? So you have to make a decision to decide to start somewhere with something, to put yourself out there. And you might need to address the fears and worries that you might have as to what are you trying to avoid. You cannot let your fear and worry run your life. You got to put yourself out there. And it might not work out initially, but if you work with somebody like myself, if you work with me, my promise is that I will help make you get results as fast as humanly possible. Because when you apply a proven system and process, you don't have to wonder, is this going to work? You just follow the right way of doing things. Okay? Even then, and this is where I'm different than a lot of other people that are out there, by the way, in this industry. Okay? I'm going to show you why I'm different. Because I could stop this video right there and tell you, now go join my program and stuff like that. First off, the doors aren't even open. There's a waiting list. Even then, even if you are in my program and you do all the things, there's still a chance you don't make any kind of money off of it. And you might be like, well, wait a sec, Jeremiah. Well, then what's the value of working with you, huh? It's the fact that you have somebody that can help come back to the drawing board with you, and we can refine it. We can figure out, based on a data, evidence-driven approach, to identify what I had mentioned at the beginning here. Who are your true people? The reason why, if you did all the right things and you would still be making $0, has really only one answer. You're not actually reaching or connecting with your true people. Because once you find and identify who those true people are, and you create an offer that connects directly with where they are to build a community, it becomes irresistible to them to become a client of yours, to work with you. Because it connects energetically with everything that they have been hoping and praying for. So here's what you got to do. You have to create marketing campaigns, and this is the part that most course creators and coaches and mentors struggle with, And that's where I have been an expert for the last 21 years. Self-proclaimed expert, sure. I say that, but I've been doing this successfully for 21 years. I'm not the only one who calls myself that as well, okay? I can walk you through the process, but you have to take action and start marketing, attracting the people to you that are actually going to take action, and then selling to those people. And that's the part that becomes hard. That's the part that will challenge a lot of your belief systems about yourself, because you are essentially selling your essence to people. You are selling something that you have poured your heart and soul into, your baby, and you're inviting people to join you. And here's what ends up happening is we end up becoming worried about critiques from other people. Are they going to like it? Are they going to be disappointed? Is it going to work for everybody? I'll tell you this, you have to learn to let go of that and just have full excitement and faith and belief and put it out there. I see people all the time. They don't put anything out there because they need certainty to know that it's going to work and it's going to produce results. The only certain thing is this that I know is that if you stick with a proven process, things start to work for you. When you work with somebody that has been doing this for as long as I have, whether it be me or somebody else, and you start to actually do the work, and you don't make excuses, and you don't complain, and you say, you know what, maybe, just maybe, I might need to change how I'm looking at this, change the perspective, and then you start to go to work and you start to apply it. What ends up happening is you start to get your first 5 sales and your next 5 sales, and you start having people registering with you and becoming clients of yours. And now you're making connection with your true people, and then you start scaling this to where you might get 50, 100, 300 people. You can literally have a 6-figure business with 100 people. 100 people paying you $83 a month, $80 a month, is over $100,000 a year. I know the math is off on the $80, but yes. What are you waiting for? And I got to ask you that, and that's what I want to close this with. I want you to challenge yourself on that one. What are you waiting for? What are you expecting to happen? Well, I'm just going to lay the foundations. I'm going to wait till I feel ready. I'm going to wait till everything feels right and I got peace in my heart about it. Can I tell you this? A lot of this stuff is going to challenge what feels normal for you. And in the beginning, you might have to take action and do it scared. And you might have to take a risk, and you might have to do something that you've never done before. Put yourself out there without knowing how it's going to turn out. Most every single person who has ever been successful in this space has had to do that. The reason why people are not successful is they are not willing to put themselves out there without certainty of what's going to happen. And those who are the most successful, they are willing to take imperfect action. They're willing to try things out just to see what works, and then optimize it and work with a mentor and a coach to help bring things to life. I believe you can do that. But it's going to take challenging how you've always done things and how you're looking at the possibilities that you are creating. I'd love to work with you through this process as well. If you continue following my YouTube channel right here, if you subscribe, we're going to be creating new videos to help you through this process. If I've shared something here today and maybe it's challenged something in you, leave me a comment below and let me know. Number 1, what was it that it challenged in you? What did you think about it? But number 2, what other videos would you like to see us create on this channel? And as well, then join the waiting list for the accelerator when we open the doors to that for enrollment next, which isn't going to be anytime soon necessarily. But when we do, I'd love to have you in there to try it out, to see if it's a good fit for you. All right? So thank you for watching this, and I'll see you on our next video. We'll talk soon.